In this part, we will focus on working with the Mesh tab. MeshGod 4000 includes 5 mesh operations: Mesh Move, Mesh Delete, Mesh Merge, Mesh Rotate, and Mesh Scale. Let's start with Mesh Move. This operation allows you to move the currently selected triangles using interactive handles in the scene view. It works on a single selected mesh and supports both static and skinned meshes. The operation fully supports undo, so you can safely experiment. The original mesh asset in your project files is never modified directly. When you apply the operation, a temporary mesh is created to preserve the original one. The game object holding the mesh will be marked with star, indicating that it needs to be saved. Mesh Move also supports proportional editing. You can enable or disable proportional editing using the small circle icon in the tool panel. When enabled, a circle appears in the scene view showing the area of influence. You can adjust the size of this circle using the mouse scroll wheel. Geometry inside the radius is affected gradually using smooth falloff. This allows soft and natural mesh deformation instead of sharp transitions. You can also enable apply only on islands using the small island icon in the tool panel. When this option is active, proportional editing affects only connected geometry. This preserves the influence from spreading to separate mesh parts, even if they are inside the radius. Remember to look for a small island icon. Yes, that one that looks like teeny palm tree on an island. Next is Mesh Rotate. This operation rotates the selected triangles around the average center point using interactive rotation handles. It works on a single selected mesh and supports both static and skinned meshes. Operation fully supports undo. The original mesh asset remains unchanged in your asset files. When applied, a temporary mesh is created and the game object is marked with star to indicate that it needs to be saved. Proportional editing is also available in Mesh Rotate. The influence circle is visible in the scene view and can be adjusted using the mouse scroll wheel. Smooth falloff ensures clean and natural rotation blending. The apply only on the islands option is supported here as well, limiting the effect to connected geometry only. Now, let's look at the mesh scale. This operation scales selected triangles relative to their average center. It works on a single mesh and supports both static and skinned meshes. Operation fully supports undo, and original mesh file remains unchanged. When applied, a temporary mesh is created and the game object is marked with star, indicating need to be saved. Just like Mesh Move and Mesh Rotate, Mesh Scale supports proportional editing. The influence radius is controlled using the mouse scroll wheel. Smooth falloff allows gradual and controlled scaling transitions. And again, apply only on islands ensures that only connected geometry is influenced. Another mesh operation in this tab is Mesh Merge. This operation combines selected triangles from multiple meshes into a new game object. For each selected mesh, the chosen triangles are extracted from the original object. All extracted parts are then merged into one unified mesh. Operation fully supports undo. Original mesh asset in the asset files remain unchanged. The new game object will be marked with star, indicating that it needs to be saved. The final operation in this tab is Mesh Delete. Mesh Delete permanently removes the selected triangles from the mesh. The remaining geometry is rebuilt into a new temporary mesh. The operation fully supports undo. The original mesh asset in the asset files remain unchanged. If multiple mesh filters or skinned mesh renderers are selected, all of them are proceed in single operation. After completion, the game object holding the mesh will be marked with star, indicating that it needs to be saved.